I will majeki lubaje. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue. I have the honor of inviting the second keynote address speaker, Mr. Akimurele John Moyoa, to please address us in 20 minutes. Can we put our hands together? You can be sure that we keep to time and we deliver the event to time, to precision. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Thank you so much. While waiting for the people at the media center, I want to thank God Almighty that brought all of us here. Man proposes, God disposes.
Check.
Good. Yes, having said that, I would want to observe the protocol. I don't think I should stand on it. I think I should make few adjustments as I deem fit. So forgive me if it is not very accurate. I want to thank and observe the Executive Governor of Ondo State, who was actually invited for this program. Chief Lucky Orimison Ayedatiwa. We thanking him for keeping the state calm. I want to thank also, as Kabis is just leaving, I want to thank him, His Imperial Majesty, the Chairman of the State Council of Obas, the Deji of Akure, in person of Oba Alalade Toimbo, Alade Lucy, Ogunlade. In the same order, I want to observe and thank Senator Bodiola Jimoke in absentia, who was actually invited to be Father of the Day. Barrister Kayode Ajulo, who was there. Son, the Attorney General and the Commissioner of Justice on those states. Now, I want to particularly observe and thank Professor Olubenga Ige. He is the leader of the incubator that produced us. Yes, so he's ably represented here by one of our very best in the Faculty of Science. That is Professor Akinwumi. We thank you, sir. Pastor has left. Pastor Joseph Ezire is a pastor of Christ Embassy, Akure. I'm trying to slow down so that the celebrant will be here. You know, in Yoruba language, you can I will be, yes. Yes. So while going forward, I want to particularly thank the celebrant and his family. We've been coming for a very long time. And you see, this is one of the things I like most in our circle. Celebrate the entity when he's around. The Fortune Deji is a trailblazer, and particularly I hold him in high esteem. And that is why I can shout it from the rooftop. I'm here and here fully for him, and I thank God for his life. My prayer is that he will celebrate another 40 more, another 40 more, and according to his wish. Now, we have another engine room for the youths of Ondo State here, which I must recognize. In fact, anyone that is in our contemporary here must or should know him. And that is in the person of evangelist Chief now, Yes, Olumuyiwa Asagunla. When I was the Senior Union president, he was a special assistant, senior special eventually, senior special assistant to the governor of Ondo State, then on youth and student matters. He brought many of us up, and we are proud to see him today. Sir, we pray that more days of celebration will come to you, and we will live to celebrate you more and more in your lifetime. Now, the task ahead of me is at this critical time to present, to corroborate what my Oga said. My Vice Chancellor has spoken. So who am I to contradict? Who am I to probe? Oga is always right. Now. Wow. Wow. So, and that is why I'm using a projector now, to corroborate on what my Oga did, to see his product. Yes. So it is the same topic, and it is the same engagement. Meanwhile, before I go further, of the greatest Nigeria students, of the greatest Nigerian youths, of the greatest Bobo, of the greatest Gbagba, of the greatest. Thank you so much. In the same order, I want to appreciate and acknowledge the presence of the police PRO on those states. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you for coming. We can do all those Bobo and Gbagba because we are here. Thank you so much. Please, I'm not leaving anybody out of the protocol. Please, the one that comes up, I'll still bring it up. Thank you so much. Let's go to the business of the day. Yeah, we are here for Ayodeji Oluleye 40th Birthday Colloquium, which we have seen practically on the screen. And the title still remains Empowering Youth and Leadership and Entrepreneurship in Ondo State. This is John, the keynote speaker. Yes. By the end of this lecture, I want us to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Education or learning is a lifelong thing. We don't know it all. But the most important is that let us be able to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Introduction, understanding youth in Ondo State, leadership, development, entrepreneurship ecosystem, case studies and best practices, and then we conclude. I hope to present an inspiring discussion. I know this is a delicate time. You know, we've been here for about 4 or 5 hours, but I want to still exercise patience. Everything, I will be so concise and we move on. Thank you. Yes, protocol, I've done that. Now, I'm greeting you good. It's no more good morning. I think we are in afternoon right now. So, today we gather to delve into a crucial topic that shapes the future of societies worldwide: youth, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Specifically, we will examine this intersection through the lens of Ondo State. We're going to domesticate it, and with its rich cultural heritage, diverse population, economic potential, you know, my Oga, the Vice Chancellor, dealt so much on that area. The statistics of the state vis-a-vis employment and unemployment. Now, about Ondo State itself, the potentials of Ondo State, you know, opportunities facing the young leaders and the entrepreneurs. Understanding youth in Ondo State. Before delving into the themes of leadership and entrepreneurship, let's first contextualize the youth landscape. According to the recent demographic data, youths under 30 years old constitute a significant portion of the state's population. This demographic dividend presents both a promise and a challenge. White youths embody energy, creativity, and innovation. They also have numerous socio-economic hurdles, including unemployment, limited access to quality education, and inadequate resources for personal development. It is characteristic of youth, energy, vitality, resilience. In fact, in some books, especially the Holy Bible, it talks about the glory of the youth is their strength. That is why at times, UNESCO has its own age classification of youth, while United Nations has its own. Me, I believe that youthfulness is mostly determined by your energy, what you can still do, what you can still carry out. How creative are you at a particular age? So I'm seeing it from that perspective. As we are conceptualizing Ondo State, some potentials in Ondo State, through which we can talk about entrepreneurship and empowerment, are listed here. If you don't know, this is a state that has, about bitumen, you know about coal, you know about dimension stones, you know about cocoa. You can grow cocoa, you can grow yam, you can grow plantain, you can grow banana, you can grow rubber, you can grow palm oil, you can grow corn, you can grow cassava, other economic trees, fishery, you can do it, animal husbandry, you can do it, like that, and like that. Mind you, while looking at this particular one now, there is no single place that talk about you can be a pest control. Oluleye is a pest controller. That shows his creativity, even if it is not written as potentials of Ondo State. So what I'm trying to say that the potentials around you is not limited to what is there. Your ability to be creative opens the door for you. If today you decide that, why can't I be charging my phone through infrared? You begin to make research at your youthful age. That is a breakthrough. Are we there? Now, that is about the youthful side of it and the potentials in Ondo State. Then coming to leadership development. I'm going somewhere briefly. Leadership is not solely about occupying positions of authority, but all about inspiring positive change and fostering development within communities. In Ondo State, nurturing effective youth leadership requires multifaceted approach. It is not a straitjacket stuff. Prof talked about education as a pivotal element. Education and skill development. And I'm dwelling on what Prof said. Thank God there is a review of the federal curriculum that inculcates entrepreneurial development into the curriculum now, which is very, very important. We talk about youth inclusion in governance. We talk about promoting value-based leadership. We mention again mentorship. There is a scheme I studied some time ago, the Train, Employ, and Mentor scheme of the Igbo traditional setting in Nigeria. That is a very significant way through which they are empowering their own youth. And Emeka, we talked to Chukudi. Chukudi, come and stay with me, learn how to dispense drugs. Chukudi, come and stay with me, learn how to sell mattress. Emeka, come here, learn how to sell cement or building materials. That is a mentorship style. Emeka will come. Chukudi will be feeding Emeka. Emeka may stay there for 8 years or more. But at the end of the day, Chukudi will establish Emeka, grant him or her a take-off grant. Emeka will build wealth. So that kind of mentorship is not so common in our own climate, and it is very, very important. I'm corroborating what Prof said. It is not about the certificate that you have. We are very good in going to schools here, obtaining the certificate, but the Igbo tradition, they may tell you, okay, before you know what is happening, by the time we come with our degree, they will come with their billions. Yeah, we'll come with our master's degree, PhD degrees, and they will come out with their billions in cash they have, with their mansions, stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is that area of mentorship, it's very, very important, and I want us to put a look on it. Now, this issue of youth inclusion in governance, it's also very important. Like I mentioned to some people, Ondo State should not have problem with food security or food insecurity. Why? We have all the arable lands around. I shared it with someone. Now, can we have a partnership with the respective faculties of agriculture around the state? Let's go into extensive farming. And who are the people that will be involved? The youth, the students of the respective faculties of agriculture. We give them much commitment, even before they leave the school. I ask people, we are talking about that OAU Ile-Ife is popular, and I ask them, what are the factors involved? Obafemi Awolowo Teaching Hospital in Ile-Ife used to be prominent, and it is still prominent in training medical personnel. So when they refer cases to that area, it is the students, the internship students, that take up those cases. So it makes the town more popular and more busy. So if we can have that kind of extension program, sir, in the area of medicine, then in the area of getting our youth involved and busy in agriculture, we can equally have a synergy, a nexus between those respective faculties of agriculture to go into food production, so that we will not have problems of food in the state. So that is part of what we can do, bringing them even into governance and beyond. Now, talking about entrepreneurship, me as a person, you cannot be a successful entrepreneur without being a leader. So I have formed a nexus between being a good leader and being a good entrepreneur. If you are not useful for yourself, you cannot be useful for other persons. If you cannot lead yourself successfully, you cannot lead other people. So now, entrepreneur originates from the French language, and it is derived from the old French word entrepreneur, which means to undertake or to begin. In its original usage, it referred to someone who undertook a new enterprise or venture, often with some degree of risk involved. Over time, the term has evolved to encompass individual who organizes, manages, assume the risk of a business or enterprise, typically with the goal of achieving profit or success. So meaning that you cannot be a good leader without being a good. If you are a good leader, then there is 100% chance of you becoming a good entrepreneur. So in a word, or in a phrase, if we say, oh, Tony Elumelu is a good entrepreneur, then Tony Elumelu is a good leader. If we say Ayodeji is a good entrepreneur, then Ayodeji is a good leader. Now, there is an entrepreneurship ecosystem, which means what can actually incubate you into that realm. And that is access to finance, capacity building and mentorship, which I mentioned part of it the other time when talking about the area of youth development, then infrastructure and technology, and so on. You know, these are broad, and I don't want to belabor us, so I will just speak to the slide one by one. Now, there are common pitfalls against entrepreneurship and leadership. You have your degree, you have this, you have that. But there is this, the fear of failure and rejection clause, which we must overcome. Oh, if I venture into this, what will people say about me? If I fail in this venture, what will people say about me? If I try to express this, will people not reject me? My people, failure in itself is an avenue for you to do better. If you start a project and you are rejected, it's an avenue for you to go back and re-strategize. The world doesn't end there. Deji can share his experiences with you. It has not been so rosy when he started. But resilience, commitment, determination will make you there. Then fear of risk. The level of risk you can take as a youth determine how far you can go in life. If you cannot take the risk, you will remain there. Even for you to have economic liberation, you must be able to do what? Take risk. And I believe I'm talking to my colleagues here in this house. Learn how to take risk. For you to become an entrepreneur, learn how to take calculated risk. At least that will not end up claiming your life. If it is the risk of, if I do it, I will lose money. If I do that, there is a way you will bounce back. We talk about inadequate funding. Good. It's part of the issues. Then lack of mentorship and lots more. Now, there are some things that are not in this slide. And Professor mentioned it in some areas when he talked about relevant concepts, which has to be self-empowerment, problem-solving ability, social impact, adaptability, and resilience. So, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful youth leader, if you want to be a successful youth, you must know that you must be adaptable. Not every climate will suit your purpose at times. You create a climate to work for you. Not every time you be in your comfort zone. Not every time that everything you do, people will applaud you. If you are waiting for verbal validation, oh, he's the best always, then you are not yet going there. There will be some times that you stand alone. When you are convinced in what you are doing, do it to the end. Do it to the end. Do it to the end. Those are part of the characteristics you need. And another thing is that you must be brave. You must be what? Brave. For instance, I like citing the example of Deji. Deji that we all gathered to celebrate here today is a pest controller. If you look at the trend of the business in the pest controlling industry, there was a boost, madam, during the pandemic, that you need to use disinfectant always. It's an opportunity that met him prepared. It was not that he was aware of God, somebody has told him that a time is coming. No. So that is why you need to take risk and forge ahead in what you are doing. The opportunity is there knocking. It will come. It will come. Next slide. So, and one thing I would like to say emphatically is that, while concluding, youth leadership and entrepreneurship are intricately interconnected. And that is to say that, I have prepared my own slide before Oga delivered his lecture. And the same thing Oga said, that these things are interconnected. So, they are interconnected forces that shape the present and future trajectory of the state. By investing in the youth development, fostering leadership, and ethical leadership, and nurturing entrepreneurial ecosystem, we can unlock the full potential of our youth as drivers. If I don't know what has happened to us after Oga Sagunla left the reign as a youth advisor. But the truth of the matter is that during his time, I can call more than 10 names here that passed through him, and our trajectory was better shaped. Our trajectory was better shaped. Then we used to have a former governor of Ondo State. There was that he minister to me, go and be reporting in Asagula's office. He provided that mentorship, that leadership. So that is a kind of avenue that we still look forward to, so that we can have better youth development in the state. So on a final note, I want to believe that we have more than what is necessary to be a prosperous state. We have what it takes to become a youth hub in the country. So this is a challenge I'm posing out, and I can talk to you that are here. Please reinvest in yourself. Make a self-appraiser. Which area do you think you are good at? Why even going to the school, or why attending university? What area do you think you can best maximize your potentials? So while government will be doing his own side, I will employ you as a person. Please look inward. Look inward. Don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Don't be too afraid to leave your comfort zone. Their new trajectory. There is a particular slide there that talks about a case study. I don't want to stop it there. I cited 2 case studies of 2 successful entrepreneurs there. I don't know why the media removed it, but it's there. I'm not publicizing or singing praise of any, undue praise, but the truth of the matter is that Deji today fits in the class of what we are talking. Successful entrepreneur is a good example. You guys, yes, we can study him. You can see his trajectory. He started his entrepreneurial journey at the age of 25. Today, he's 40. He has grown to become a national ESCO of the board of the pest control industry in Nigeria. And he's doing well. So that is a case study. I'm looking for a time whereby the University of the Akinmurele University, we partner with him on Train, Employ, and Mentor Scheme. Train, Employ, and Mentor Scheme. That's a term scheme. Another product of Akinmurele who is doing well in the entrepreneur industry is Jesu Pemi Bankole. This is Color Part Limited. Coming with the idea of mixing colors. I don't think she studied that in the university, but it's out of the creative mind. And becoming an employer of labor. So those are the case studies, and they are not limited to that. Agriculture is a fertile land that all of us can delve into, and we will be fine. Fishery is a side we can delve into, and we will be fine. Yes. Even education is another area we can delve into, and we will be fine. So I want us to challenge ourselves today. If there is anything you are taking home from here, challenge yourself. Go and reinvent, go and think about yourself. What can I do? What can I even challenge the government with? What proposal can I write to the government to become self-empowered? What solution can I provide for my environment to become a self-reliant person? Ondo State is peaceful, good. As a group of youth, have you ever thought about organizing community watch, security-wise, instead of staying idle? Tell people you have taken it upon yourself to secure this community. From there, you discover your potentials. Your ideas may not come readily finished, readily beautiful, but when you begin it, then it will be opening phase by phase. Phase by phase. So, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm trying to round up, I want to equally still provoke our thoughts. Let us look into this direction. Let us believe that there is need for the youth of nowadays, youth of Ondo State, to actually come to that point. Not everything that the government will do for us. Let us think of what we can do. Let us think about what we can do. And I want to assure you, when you make effort to try, there is an unseen hand that may help you. Amen. That may help you. That may help you. Once again, I want to congratulate Ayodeji Oluleye for this wonderful gathering that you have put us together. It is my prayer that God will continue to lift you. And I want to suggest that please don't relent. Make this lecture a yearly thing. Please work towards it. Make it a yearly stuff. I thank you for the platform that you have created. I thank you for believing in me. We've come a long way. And I pray that you continue to be that rally point that will be bringing all of us together. See how beautiful this all is. See how beautiful me is seeing my mentor. See how busy all of us are here. So it's a good thing to behold. Don't be tired. I pray that God Almighty that you serve will continue to help you. Gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for listening. Despite the fact that some of us are already awaiting item 7. Thank you for listening. I thank you so much. I remain humbly yours, your younger brother, John Akimurele. Clap for me to encourage me.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Can we applaud the second guest speaker, a renowned youth leader in Ondo State, a successful security advisor, a ranking parliamentarian, and a proud alumnus of AAUA. Our big brother and friend, and Egbon, StJohn, popularly called Akinmurele John. We thank you for being brave and being concise. Ladies and gentlemen, today's event affords us the clear opportunities deeply to really agree that the 21st century economy is driven by leadership and entrepreneurship that is anchored on pure and applied knowledge. So whatever you are holding is not necessary, but it is the outcome of it that we actually recognize and we will rejoice with you. So I want to honestly thank you for the deliveries and we thank you for what you have done. Ladies and gentlemen,